Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Bet you thought I'd be late, didn't you? Just right when the clock strikes 6:06. I hope everyone's having a good day. Happy Sunday to you. Hope you're staying hydrated. Okay? Please keep yourself hydrated. It is toasty. 3 days into summer, right? Thank you for everyone coming in early. Yes, thank you. Please do hit the like button as you come in. Appreciate you, G-Webs. Thank you. Appreciate it. EJM, hello. I think I'm going to try to see if I can stream. Since I can't do it on Facebook now, I'm going to see if I can stream on Twitter, now known as X. I'm going to see how I can make that happen. But thanks for everyone who last week followed She Fires on Facebook. Thank you for that. There's still time. There's still room, plenty of room over there on Facebook to have a seat there. Some people are really not on Facebook anymore like that. I'm kind of not. But you know how you started with Facebook and you have all these connections, and like if you start chipping away at them, somewhere along the line, someone might get their feelings hurt. And like, I haven't talked to you in like 10 years, but whatever. I hope everyone's having a good day. Thank you, G23, for popping in. Hello. Thanks for being here. Time Machine, hello. Time Machine was the winner last week of the post commenter. I'll talk about that in a hot second, which was well received. So congratulations to you on that. Couldn't have it to a better person. Hi, David. Good to see you. Welcome in. Good evening. I hope everyone had a nice Father's Day. I know that I went live. There were some folks that could not join or popped in later watching the replay. I greatly appreciate you doing that. Whenever you can pop in, even if it's for like a couple minutes to say hello and then bounce out, just to show that, hey, you're my friend. Good to see you. Have a good week, whatever it might be. You know, I appreciate that very much. Hi, AG. Good to see you. So as people are like popping in and out, I'm She Fires, all about self-defense, mainly with the firearm. I do focus on situational awareness, keeping your head on the swivel. Your mind, your head is the first line of defense. Okay. And then also other forms of self-defense. In my case, doing the martial arts. And it's good to have a tool, but you are a tool, not in that way, not in a negative way. You are it. So for whatever reason, okay, you don't have your firearm with you, can you defend yourself to the best of your ability? Some things are going to be out of your control, okay? If I encounter, forgot that bad guy from that movie that you all like to watch, The Avengers, that dude, the one that like hits things and things. I never saw that movie, or that one particular movie. You know what I'm talking about. There's going to be potentially someone that will be well beyond our skill set, okay? But we're going to do the best we can with the skills that we have. And I want to make sure 360 have all things covered. So, good to have you here. Thanks for being here. My purpose is to remind you of all the things that will keep you safe, as safe as you can be, and be a part of a community that is like-minded, right? Hi, what's up? What's up? What's up? Good to see you. Pepper spray. Yes, definitely pepper spray. Because there's some states, check your local state, county rules, all of that, and what is acceptable as a defense tool. Pepper spray, definitely. I have some myself. I need to actually order more. I like to have them strategically placed, not just on my keychain, but in certain places, because again, there might be time where I may not have my keys in my hand. I want to be able to access it very quickly. And it may not call for deadly force, but a deterrent of some person or an animal or something, you know. It's good to have some pepper spray if that's allowed in your state, just to have it. Keep it in your car, you know. Hello, Tui Sand. Hello, thanks for being here. Mind you, all the things, let me put my little disclaimer out there. All of the things that I share and we communicate in this live, in all my lives, are my own personal opinion, experiences, thoughts. Do your own due diligence, your own research to do what is best for you and your loved ones. Okay? Make sure I say that. Hi, Six Foes is back. Hello. Good to see you. Welcome in, lady. I appreciate you. Yes, G23, a very bright flashlight. That's good. I always seem to forget that. That is part of my arsenal of EDC items. But I always seem to forget that. Let me see if I have. Yes. We may get into EDCs in a later video, but specifically, I think I've talked about that before, but in a more broad way, but talking about specific tools that you can use and giving people options to consider. Because you come into this like, okay, I need a light. Well, what kind of light? How many lumens does it need to have? Like, how big does it need to be? How am I going to carry it? Am I going to carry it? I'm going to keep it at home. Keep it in the car, keep it on my body, like all those types of things. I think that will be good to be a little bit more detailed on those things to give people options. I do have a lot on my Amazon store, but it's not very extensive. It's just like maybe one or two, just to, you know, get comfortable with it. Get comfortable with it. Hi, Virginia Bushcrafter. Good to see you. Welcome in. Welcome in. Okay, so last week I want to talk about the if Time Machine is still in here. I did confirm. He said he received the gift that I sent. Last week, I asked, I put out a community post and I asked a question. It was around Father's Day, asking what you would like, dad, parental figure, father figure, for Father's Day. And a few people responded. And then from those that responded, last week I did a giveaway. I wrote their names down on a piece of paper and I numbered it in the chat. If you were there, just act like you're hearing this for the first time. The chat chose the number. And the Patreon community, those who support my channel, their contribution contributed to that gift of a bore snake kit for Time Machine. And it had for pistol and rifle. Look, a little kit. Very nice, actually. It's better than what I have. So I hope that you enjoy it. There you are, Time Machine. I hope that you will enjoy that. I'm glad. I'm very, very glad. Especially to someone that supports the channel so heavily. So I'm glad that you got that. Let's see here. A new flashlight that will be reviewing soon. I've been playing with it. Okay. All right. You don't want to spill your beads just yet on what that is? I understand. I understand. As you come in, please, have you hit, is the like button, has it changed color from that hollow to, I think it turned to black or whatever when you push the like. Please do hit the like button. You know, we're having some challenges over here in the YouTube world with our content. Okay. And I know I say it every week, but I really do mean it. Your like and your engagement on my videos and commenting, even if it's an emoji, it does go a long way. I appreciate everyone who does engage with the channel. We're approaching 5,000 subscribers, which is really crazy. I'm excited. I am working to get some things in place for some giveaways. I got to get over, I got to get a little bit, I can't hit 5,000 and then, do a giveaway and I drop down. So I got to get to a little comfortable place where I'm like, okay, I could do a giveaway. So look out for that. I always try to give back to the community. So that will come. I think, yeah, a handful more and then I'll be there. So I appreciate everyone. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Thanks for hitting the like button. Hit made. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. What did y'all do this week? What did you all get into, or this weekend rather? Midweek, I went and I was just going to go to observe. I went to a new outdoor range I've never been to before. If you saw my community post, I had some pictures up there, or I did like a little short video. It's really nice. It doesn't have a lot of amenities, but you know, you're going there to practice and not to be. I think I've spoiled myself because some places are nice and, you know, has a indoor bathroom, and you know, you can buy accessories if you forget them, things like that. But this one was okay, outdoors, a couple porta potties, and a bunch of bays. That's it. Thankfully, it was covered. It was really warm even at 9 a.m. in the morning. Very warm because it's just direct sun just on you, you know. Make sure that you are getting suntan lotion, SPF, whatever you're supposed to for your skin. Okay, we all shades need protection from the sun, especially when you're out there for a long time. Okay, keep yourself safe, keep yourself hydrated. But it was really nice. I had never been there before. I think, you know, if I plan it strategically, most times I'm sweating anyway, so I rarely have to go to the bathroom, TMI, but that's what it is. So I didn't have to go this time, but they had a girls and boys porta potty. I didn't use it. Two-way Stan told me they had girls and boys, but listen, all right, y'all jack up that the boys porta potty, all right? So I know that the guys were using the girls because yes, sorry, in my opinion, okay? Remember I said all the opinions expressed are my own. So you have to, you know, I try to be really strategic when I visit, knowing, okay, what am I going to drink before I go? Keeping those things in mind. But it was really nice. People were nice, but it was bare bones. So peaceful out there. Even when I saw it, it wasn't like a weeping willow tree, but it was one of those trees that had just a lot of the look, whoever out there knows about trees, but it was really wispy. It reminded me of like a weeping willow tree where things were hanging down, like those old movies, and I hear like gunshots in the background, which I really liked. So yes, check that out. Check that out if you haven't. Check that out. Thank you, EJM. Yes, that's what it is. I knew it was like, it does turn to color. It fills in that outline. So thank you very much for hitting the like button. I went to the ocean yesterday. Very nice. Yes, it's been a while. I like just going to the beach and just sitting by the beach. I like getting in. It just gets messy. It just gets really messy. But sitting by, you can sit down and, you know, write, reflect, people watch. It's very zen. But it's been probably like 2 years or more since I've been to the beach. Yes, I live in Florida, but you know, you get older, it's like it's too much trouble. And for me, it's about a 45-minute drive to the one that I like to go to. So what else besides the ocean? Did you go in the water, G23, or you just kind of walked along it? Hi, Mr. Baker. Good to see you. Hello. Good to see you. Oh, yes. Mr. Baker has agreed to be my uke for my demos for my elevation graduation up to brown and white belt. So pray for him. I appreciate it. Thank you. Oh, hello, Mojo67. You think so? Aries is 100% better than Guncraft. Tell me why you say that. That's the one that I went to this week. The Aries is the one that I went to. Tell me why. Tell me why you say that. I know that they have a lot more amenities. I mean, yeah, they have Guncraft has less bays, but then, you know, it has other things that you can get if you forget something. Remember, I shared that I spent like $40 on a box of maybe 50 50 rounds of ammo. Yes, it was expensive. I forgot what it was. It was during that peak time when all the ammo was like not available and I had run out. No, I didn't run out. I didn't bring enough. So I had to, didn't bring any at all. This is why you're supposed to do the planning, the prepping the night before, because yes, there's been occasions when I forgot my ammo completely, or that I had run low. But in this case, I didn't bring any at all. Like I brought all my other stuff except for ammo. So I had to buy, yes. Painful lesson I won't do again. But tell me why, Mojo. Mojo, just don't break anything to me. No, yes, I'll be gentle. If I had a class down in Broward, oh, you had a class down in Broward County. Okay. It's a family class, mother, child. Mother got her children correct. Nice. How old were the children? There was a lady that reached out to me, and I need to reach out to her again. She last minute had to cancel because she was going out of town. I haven't circled back around to her, but she wanted to bring out her 10 or 11-year-old for training. But my youngest, 15 at the time, was the youngest that I've ever, done any kind of youth instruction, but would like to do more of that. Yes. Okay. Gun cards more expensive for range fees as well. I didn't check the pricing of Aries. I was just going there just to observe, really, to assist. There was a class that we stand was a part of, where they were requalifying for their security G licenses. And so I was just kind of hanging out. I'd never been there before, and I wasn't doing much. So I went along, and it was nice. And as many of you all know, I'm an RSO as well. So the instructor who also trained me, had me assigned as one of the RSOs there, along with two that we stand. But he was a student that day. He was a requalifying student. So that was good. That was good. I really haven't been tapping into my RSO, but I enjoyed doing that. Do like instructing. I do like telling people what to do. Hi, Little Twilight. How are you? Good to see you. We are going to get into what we're talking about today. G baby. Hello, G baby. G baby. Yep. More minis as well. Really? More bays. Yes. But what else do they have? Okay. Child was 25, 21. Okay. They were of age. Yes. Mojo 67. Were you there? Or you just know Kyle? Kyle is my instructor that I've used. I've worked with different other instructors, which I think is a good idea, which is what we will get into here in just a minute. But it's nice to mix up and try different instructors. And Kyle was one of the first instructors that I signed up to give me lessons when I got my license. And so I got my instructor license and the RSO certification through him. If you look at at the end of my video, at the end of my lives, I pull up it's that simple. Okay. You all know this by now. He is the instructor with me in that little short clip. Okay. That's Kyle. Hi, Dale Pogue. Dale, you had a birthday. Dale just celebrated a birthday. So I hope it's okay because you put it in the community, you put it in as a comment. So please do wish Dale a happy birthday. Anyone else celebrating a birthday? Happy birthday, Dale. I hope you had a good one. Mine's coming up very soon. So you're a summer baby like me. I would say like 7 if I was training them. Truly, it's how comfortable you are with teaching youngsters. I know. And it depends on how many do it? Just one 7-year-old or 2 7-year-olds? How many are you having? That matters too. And keeping those that are not touching firearms occupied while you work with the other students, it's a different scene, I would imagine. Yes. I'll just say that. I was teaching a course there yesterday. Oh, very nice. Yesterday. Yeah, I think we were there on Thursday. Yes. Yes, Kyle. Yes, Kyle knows us very well. Hi, MacMan Reloading. Good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome in. Okay, I'm gonna get into it. Yes. Oh, Dale, I hope you had a great day. I feel like, yeah, I'll get into that. Hi, Joseph. Good to see you. Thanks for commenting. Hi, Joseph's been commenting in my videos, which I greatly appreciate. Good instructors can demo everything without shooting so fast that new shooters get discouraged. Good point. Articulates that shooting performance is a lifelong marathon. Agreed. Even 1% improvement per month is okay. Agree. Yes. Like, I like working with people who know what they're doing and like are fast and proficient and all those things. But when you're working with someone who's new, that can be very, very overwhelming. It's like, I will never get to that place. If you want to, you can get really good, but don't compare yourself to an instructor. You just start learning. That's why I like warm introductions for beginners, because I know what I would have liked. I know what I would like if I were learning something new. Don't just blast it all out. Like, let me see something cool. Yes, but then say, okay, baby steps, getting to a comfortable place. Whatever your personal best is what it is. That's it. Kyle and I went the NRE instructor course together. Oh, very good. All right. I wonder if we've crossed paths before in person. Mojo. I wonder. So yes, okay. I talked about that, the RSO. That was a lot of fun. I hope to do that more. I know that some people are traveling RSOs. I would be down for that, just to get a little bit more in, because you're training. If you're an instructor or if you're a student, and you should be aware of your surroundings, like paying attention and watching people. I feel like we are. When we pick up a firearm and we're training, we're our own RSOs as well. And we're watching other people, right? There's a certain element that we kind of take on, that unofficial role, that training, that certification, that's just solidifies your your ability, and always learning, of course, but we are still RSOs, personal RSOs. Okay, so I know that I mentioned this in the past, several lives ago. I realize I'm approaching 1 year going live on YouTube. Taking that leap is not easy. Looking at that little white dot saying live, it's hard sometimes. But I'm at 10 months now, so in August I'll be 1 year. So I will probably do something again to celebrate that milestone. We have to celebrate our wins. We have to celebrate progress, and looking back to say, oh my gosh, look how far I've traveled, and I hope that you do that in your life too. Whatever you're learning, not to beat yourself up. I'm very critical of myself, but it's important to look and say, okay, I am making progress on this thing. I'm not there where I want to be, but I know that I'm better than I was a year ago or a month ago. And we have to acknowledge that and be thankful for that place. And our society is so like go, 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 immediate gratification, all those things. But sometimes it's like, settle, look, reflect, see, have you grown? Look what you've done. And be thankful and say, okay, I've reached this point, this step, and now I'm on to the next part of that goal. Maybe that goal has like 20 steps. That's okay. You were at step 3. You were at step 1. So that is why I like to celebrate those types of milestones. It reminds you to do that too in your personal life. I've been at Guncraft with Lions Club a couple times. Okay, then maybe we have. What's the hold up, G23? I haven't gone live in like a year. Whew, it's like starting over. Even when I miss a week, I'm like, oh boy, whew, what am I talking about now? When do I introduce myself? There's been a couple of times I've just, yeah, it's like taking a little leap off the ledge a couple of times when you skip it. Hi, Mike. Good to see you. Welcome in. Giza Gary, I saw you pop in. Hello. What are y'all getting into? How was your weekend? I was just talking about, this weekend, I didn't do much of anything at all. And sometimes that's okay. It's too warm. I said yesterday when I was with my girls, I said, hi, Chad Kelly. Good to see you. Look at you, headed to the range. Of course you are. Of course you are. I said, I'm not going out after 11. And if I go out, it's going to be after 4. So anything before 11 and after 4, that whole 11 to 4, forget about it. It's too hot. How can you comfortably do anything in this heat? I'm just saying, unless you're at the beach. Good to see you. Okay, let me see here. And my nose is running. Yeah. So before I go into, I want to make sure my notes are clear. The basics are the basics. You know, the basics of firearm, universal gun rules, all those things apply. So when I was talking earlier about RSO, you are it. That is true. And knowing when you pick up a firearm and you have it, knowing certain safety rules are important. And I know that there are the 4 universal gun safety laws, which we'll kind of go through again. But I wanted to ask a question about when you started training, when you picked up your first firearm, were there things that you had to relearn because you were teaching yourself? Like, what were some of the things that you had to, oh gosh, I've been doing this wrong all along? Or there was a better way, and because I didn't get training, or if I didn't, ask the question to someone who was more knowledgeable, and it may not be a trainer, but I didn't ask someone more knowledgeable about this specific thing, and I had to relearn that thing. What is that thing? What is that thing? Share with us all. I'm sure there's a lot of commonality. Hi, Kenny Loves Guns. Good to see you. You're never late. Always on time whenever you can pop in. You know that. I appreciate you. When I look for an instructor, I want to see who trained them. Tom Gibbons is high on my list. Yes, you're so right. Kyle, actually my instructor, he's had several courses with Tom Gibbons. Several. And from what I understand, they have a good relationship. So yeah, I hear that. Hopefully I'll have an opportunity before he stops training. Cableless guns. Yes, yes, yes. I love it. I had to adjust my grip. It was causing me issues and affecting my accuracy. Nice. You're left-handed, Giza Gary? Now, when you say you had to adjust your grip, what was it? Because shout out to Mantis. Mantis is fantastic. I haven't talked about them for a hot minute, but the performance shooting system, and we've done giveaways of their X10 Elite device in the past. We might see that in the future here as a giveaway. But their system is so accurate. If your grip, if you're gripping too tight or too loose, if your fingers, just the placement of your fingers, and it tells you what you're doing. It can tell. However they can tell. However that device is, it's pretty accurate, pretty fantastic. So, yeah. I have found when I first started learning the webbing, I didn't know. You're not just to grab the firearm, okay? Your webbing should be all the way snug. People talk about choking, but all the way snug up to the beaver tail. I know there's different terminology, okay? You know what I'm talking about. All the way up. And some people just kind of grab it. The videos that you and I both see people just grabbing the firearm and just holding it loosely. You have very little control of the firearm, and no wonder your recoil's out of whack, or your recoil is not manageable. That was one of the things that I know that I needed to understand, because I just grabbed it and went like, okay, I'm holding it. You know, the different types of hand grips. We haven't really talked about that. I think I put a community post out there before about the grip, the different types of grips. When I love going to the gun range, seeing people, what they're doing, how they're holding their firearm, I'm like, oh God. But that was me many, many moons ago, probably, until I learned. But I look now, I'm like, oh God, it could be so much better. You know, I think sometimes people just go to a range and they just practice shooting, but you know, there's a lot that you have to relearn because you don't know any better. And it's not me to go up and go talk to people and say, hey, I saw you shooting out there. They weren't endangering anyone, really. But you know, we don't really do that. Unless they're kind of open-minded and they're smiling. Like I feel if I have a certain vibe, I might be able to go talk. I've never done it, but if a certain vibe and energy, you make eye contact and we know we're talking, I could maybe say something, but not just go up to any kind of random stranger. Oh, I was staring at you while you were shooting and you did this really badly. Like, I don't think that would be received very well. Yes, I had to unlearn all my bad habits, stance, grip, trigger, discipline that was affecting my accuracy. Yes. How far into the process, how far into your journey did you recognize that you had a problem? You know, how far do we take it? And is it like pride? Like, I got this. I know what I'm doing. It's okay. How much time does it take before you got the training? No, I'm right-handed. The problem was that I was not applying counter pressure with my left hand. My left hand was just loose. Now my grip is more stable. Yes, that's good. I didn't mention that. That's right. And I know some instructors say have a firm grip, but use your left, if you shoot with your right hand, your left pinky to help guide your aim as well. You know, people find their way. Some people, the way they grip, they shoot very well. Could they be better with a better grip? Probably, but I mean, I've seen it where people have bad grips, but they shoot. Maybe they've been doing it so long that way, making any kind of changes, it would not be good for them, or they'd have to get back onto, you know, learning that all over again. It's like, shoot, forget that. I carried a handgun for work from 1991 to 2021. It wasn't until 2016 that someone said my support hand grip was horrible, because until then I was better than my peers. See how, you see, that's good that was brought to your attention. Someone that you hopefully trusted said, hey buddy, you're not holding that right. And then you became a better shooter. Is that what you're saying, Joseph, after that? Yes. And that's so funny. That's a long time, 91 to 2021. That's a long time to have a support hand grip challenge. Just like to say challenge. If something pops off, does anyone think that they are going to worry about stance or clothing or something else? No. However, G23, we should still practice under the most pristine conditions. You know, the muscle memory and repetition and being consistent over and over again, hopefully in the situation, although we'll be heated and whatever people say has happened to them, you know, knock on wood, that never happens to me. But I'd rather have skills that I've learned over time to potentially kick in versus having zero skill at all and having to respond in a situation. So I think still all of that is important to work on: grip, stance, trigger control, recoil management, all of that. Still think knowing that is essential when you own a firearm. In my humble opinion, people get upset when you approach them trying to give advice. I know, I don't do it. Unless people are open and they're, you're having a nice conversation with them. You can say, oh yeah, by the way, there's a way that you can do it. You can just come out hard, like aggressive towards them and catching them off guard, The pinky is used in many gripping tools. It's also not connected to same tendon system. Oh, I didn't. Well, listen. Appreciate you. Your new face, new name. Is it Yul Adamas? Please, I apologize if I butchered it. I haven't been in anatomy for many, many years. How the pinky attaches to the rest of the phalanges, right? I know some things that still stuck in my head. I didn't know that. Let me think. Let me think about my fingers, how they move. I will trust you on that. But it does serve a purpose. Am I saying that right? You are a new name. I appreciate you being here. Welcome. Welcome to the fireside. You are now part of the community. Welcome. Always welcome to pop in. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. If not, I apologize. I'll get it right. May have to write it down phonetically. David, when I was living in the Virgin Islands, it was hard for me to go to the range. Yes, but when I came to Florida, it took me 6 months and about 3 months after I became an instructor. Okay. Yeah, see, I guess geographic circumstances too make it difficult for people to get quality training. So I understand that. But glad you did, David. But you knew that you wanted to be better, and you did that. You took the necessary steps. I love it. Good. You will fail on your training. You will fall on your training. What does that mean, Mojo? People that say say they don't need training. Oh, yes. I don't know what to say about that. I'm a huge proponent of training. Even if you only, I won't even say that. I like continuous training because especially when you work with different instructors, you learn something a little bit deeper than what the other person, may have taught you. And they have certain skills that they love and that they focus on. But another instructor might say something in a different way that that previous one, although very good, may say it in a different way where it clicks. So I like switching it up. I love my trainers. Like Kyle is fantastic. I mean, if you look at his certifications and what he's been able to do, more than qualified. But I do like to mix it up a little bit and work with different people. Just, I don't know. It's just what I do. Yes, having full system for self-defense. Absolutely. Thank you, Yule. Can I just say that? Adabas. Thank you. Oh, the people who told me in 2016 were Green Berets. Oh, wow. Okay. 2016 to now, my shooting is on another level. I love it, Joseph. IDPA, USPSA, any qualification course. I'd say I'm a top 10%. Oh, wow. Where are you located, Joseph? Love that. I like mingling and socializing with folks who are skilled and can teach you something. My mama always said, I'm thinking of Adam Sandler, but you never want to be the smartest person in the room. If you heard that term before, you never want to be the smartest person in the room, because that means you're not learning anything and everyone's learning from you. You want to move in circles where you can learn as much as you can and then use that to be better, but then also help others that you encounter along the way and continue to excel and move and expand your circles. Lots of Venn diagrams, right? Lots of them. I love it. Training is definitely needed. Yes. Oh boy, Mojo, man got unalived 2 weeks ago with his own. Oh, wow. I'll have to look that up. I didn't see that. There's been stuff here happening in Tampa and in certain communities where things like that don't happen here. You see, we get comfortable, we get complacent, our situational awareness is a little bit weak and things happen. And then here, even people don't want to say anything, because there was a situation that happened in like broad daylight, middle of the week. I'd say it was maybe 3 o'clock in the afternoon in the summer. Like, people are out and no one saw anything. No one saw anything. It's interesting. So yes, I have over 60 courses under my belt, last 10 years. I love it. See, that excites me. I wish I had the financial resources and the time to do more of those. You just got to balance. I hope in the next couple of years, I'll have a little bit more freedom to take on more courses. That's my plan. But you know what? I view it that every year, if you can take on one more course than you did last year, you're making progress. And then you're continuously practicing with what you've learned so far. You know, don't just stop. Oh, I learned that one thing, so I'm good. Like, continue to practice that until you get another course under your belt. I love it. That's my goal. Yes, forever a student. I saw that. Try shooting sports. I haven't, yet, but one of the things I wanted to start was the USPSA competitions. And I was just looking at the schedule just today, actually, to see, because people say, just go, just start, go. And I think I'm going to go with the firearms that I have, because I was like, okay, well, I got to get the right firearm, and I got to make sure that I blend in and it matches what other people are shooting with. But I know that that's not the case. And people say, I've asked probing questions of people, and they shoot a variety of different things. And so I'm just going to use what I have. I'm undecided on what that will be. I already have my belt. I have like a core belt that I use, and I have my works holster. I have some other outside the waistband holsters too. And I'm just going to jump in. I told myself at the beginning of the year that I was going to do this, and I haven't done it yet officially. I've gone to observe, but I've not done it. So thank you, Yule, for bringing that up in a good way. In a good way. I feel like that's the universe saying, what are you doing about this? I feel like you just tapped me on my shoulder. Forever student, absolutely. Always, always. And kind of being open-minded. And people, there was a guy at the range this week, and he said, I've never done anything like this before. And he was feeling a little bit nervous. And I said, we are all learning. We're at different levels, but we're all learning. We all have like anxiousness, and we're trying to get better and learn new things. You are where you should be with all of us. You may be at a different skill level, but we're all trying to learn and be better. And he said that made him feel comfortable, and he was excited to start on this journey. So I hope I cross paths with them again to see how far he will progress until next time I see him. I always wanted to encourage. I think that's one of the things with the instructors, people who are coming new to the space. Having a good bedside manner may matter to some, and not to be discouraged. Like, you don't have to be like, tough guy or look a certain way to, train and be with other people in groups and learning. And I was a little bit nervous because it's male dominated, of course, but I'm going to be who I'm going to be. But it is a little bit, it can be intimidating sometimes. And it was in the very beginning, but now I still have moments, but it's much better than it was before. Being the only girl in the group. So being someone new to a group where people are learning at different levels, as an instructor, I feel it's important to understand what your students' needs are and find out why they are there, and kind of feel and see what would make them more comfortable. Some start just to, I just want to do it because it's fun. Others may have had a situation, like a violent situation. So how you approach that student might be different than how you approach the other student. So a good bedside manner does matter, to me, in how I talk to anyone that asks questions about training, things like that. Went off on a little tangent, but that is one of the points I wanted to make. I'm in Colorado. The NRA had a study showing the minimum practice interval for handguns is 50 rounds every 3 weeks. Less than that, your skill declines. Oh, okay. I didn't hear that before. Okay. Let's investigate that. In my younger years, I was lucky to shoot with an Illinois State trooper and was given great instructions by their range master. After many years, I lost vision in my right eye, so additional training. But that's excellent because you're not just going out solo by yourself, like when you first started, your younger years, what you're talking about. You had an opportunity to cross paths with someone who was skilled, and even more with a range master. And so, even today, I know that you adapt. We've communicated on this before. You adjust and adapt to different kind of way to train. I love it. I posted a story. I have to connect with you, Mojo. Many shootings today, multiple people, they say. It's scary. Yes. Don't let up of your situational awareness, especially now that it's the summertime. There are a lot more people out. There are crowds. You want to socialize and be out, go to Disney World, all those things, or whatever your amusement park of choice is. But still, head on a swivel and watch and pay attention. Watch people's body language and their eyes, all of that, Still have a good time, but if this is your normal practice, then it's not something that's a challenge for you to do. It's just every day is what you always do. So it's not doing anything more that you have to think about. Take your faves and gear up and go. Yes. As an instructor, I try to take multiple courses with other instructors as well. Yes. That's opened my eyes to a lot, as well as my teaching aspect. I take away tidbits of their classes. Oh yeah, I did that too. I did that this weekend. I'm like, am I like taking away? Am I like, but through osmosis, is that the right term? You're just learning, and then you automatically just apply it. Like, that worked for me, or that makes sense to me. I can share that with my students. Hello, your new name, Knox Spector. If you are going to competitions to train for everyday carry, then make your gear system as close to what you would likely use in real life that the competition allows. Good point. Thank you for that. Thank you for that new name. You're part of the fireside community now. I've never seen you before, but I appreciate you being here. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. I know I've been really chugging along with pulling the trigger on the matches, and they have matches here often. Yes. You'll see a video soon of me out there trying my best. It's that fear too that other people have been doing it for a while. So me coming in, trying to, do the competition for the first time, I know that I'm not going to put it out into the universe, but they've been doing it and I'm coming in. I don't want to like feel completely embarrassed, but we all start at someplace. I'm just trying to get over that hurdle. Just go. No one's looking. No one's looking at it like that. I am. No one's looking at it like that. I'm a weirdo. I tell that same thing to my students all the time because I'm an instructor. It means that I'm the best. Yeah, like you feel like, especially when you have students, that you have to be the best. You don't have to be the best. You just have to be better than you were before. You have to be better than them to give them the skills. Still work in progress, trying to become better and elevate myself. Yes. And that mindset matters immensely. Thank you. What's up? Did I say hello to you? What's up? What's up? Good to see you. Hi, Miss K. Happy Sunday. How have you been? Good to see you. Yes, sure. I an Aries teaching 3 days a week. You're going to come out. Really? All right. We must connect. We must connect. It's a little bit of a hike for me, though. It's a little bit of a drive. More than 80% of the criminal attackers regularly practiced with their firearms with an average number of 23 practice sessions per year. Look at you, Joseph, dropping facts. Wow. FBI 24. Okay. Thank you. Hey, DJ. Thank you. Thanks for dropping those links. Yes, I am working on some new apparel. If you see my shirt here, it's the 2A rated gun control not permitted, play on the movie ratings, G, PG, PG-13, R, that I try to share on my channel. Another way to support the channel. And I did make some updates to my website. Don't judge me, I do it myself. Some links, some better links to get to the vendors and brands that support me and I have affiliate links to. One being Cross Armory. You've seen many of my videos. If you have seen many of my videos, a lot of the accessories that are in color, many of those are from Cross, and I have a relationship with them. So I have a code, SheFires, that you can use if you're so inclined to check them out. Anderson Manufacturing also, I've got the Kiger 9C Pro combat pistol, and then also the 16-inch rifle that I've shown recently with the new Rise Red Trigger. Lovely. You can get 10% off of Anderson products using SheFires as well. So please do check them out if you're in the market for purchasing a rifle. I got the 16-inch, but they also have 10.5, 7.5. I know there's another one in there. And they're in Kentucky, American-made company, which I like. So shout out to them because they've been very supportive of my channel. I had to mention it. I should have mentioned it at the top of the live, but I didn't. So if I can answer any questions, let me know. But I will be dropping some videos, more detailed videos on their products in the coming weeks. So thank you for that slight commercial I ran for you. All right, Chad Kelly, be safe. See you soon. See you soon. Appreciate your support. Let's see here. One recommendation after years of different competitions, have someone video you as you shoot, not the targets. Immediately after a stage, write down where you think you did good or bad, then review the videos. Yes, just the way that I move, how I stand, my shooting, how I hold the firearm, all of that. Got it? Good idea. Thank you. Oh, yes, DJ. It's Anderson. Let me do this really quickly for you. It's just a straight, I'll post it out here. And it is just She Fires is the code if you're interested. Same for Cross Armory. Thank you, DJ, for reminding me. Sorry about that. Appreciate you. Get them sponsors, get them sponsorships. They help all channels. Yes. I know. I've got something brewing soon. I'm very excited about. I'm always like a little chipmunk back behind the scenes doing stuff. Yes. Something's brewing behind the scenes. IDPA and USPSA were motivation to practice on my own. Start with the full-size 9mm pistol, outside the waistband holster, 2 mag pouches. No concealment at first. Focus on safety and accuracy. Yes. I have, I did plan to have outside the waistband. Yes, definitely. I like my core belt. I do have like a thigh holster, but I feel like it was too far for me to like reach down. So I have, the core is really good. I actually want to get another one. I've had it for a while now, but those are really sturdy. There might be other ones out there that are better, which I'm open to exploring, but I think I have all that I need to be ready. I do want to get some like sport prescription sunglasses. So that will be probably the next investment I'll make, but I have everything I need to get started. Okay. I will document my journey also for anyone and share my experience for anyone who is interested in doing that and giving my feedback on what went well, what I struggled with. And we'll be looking to you all who have done it many times. And when I come on live and talk about it for feedback, please help me. Okay. So I don't know if I went over the 4 universal gun safety laws. Feel free to drop them in chat to spill the beans. But do you have a preference? So I'm in let's see. Preference of order of importance is what I was going to say. The Safariland GLS outside the waistband holsters. I know Safariland is a very good brand. Okay, let me write that down because I forget. GLS outside the waistband. I'll explore that. Yes. Thank you, Joseph. I may be tapping you for some additional feedback. Appreciate that. Always keep your finger off the trigger until you're ready to shoot, right? Always assume that your firearm is loaded. Always loaded. It's always loaded. Always assume it's loaded. Always point it in the safe direction. Just in case your finger does touch the trigger, always keep it in a safe direction. And then know what your target is and what is beyond that target. Right? So which one of those 4, I know there's others that are sprinkled, but those are the 4 universal cardinal ones that most people know. Which one of those do you rank as most important? I love your feedback on that. I already said it, DJ. I already said it. I said it a little bit while ago, spilling the beans. There's always an opportunity to say spilling the beans. It's always. You spilling my beans or I'm spilling my own beans. Linking to firearm sellers on YouTube might not be a good idea because you can get your channel straight to mine. I'm not sure. I've always, I've not had a problem, G23, in the chat, like putting the links to the companies. YouTube can change from one day to the next, but so far I've been okay. I fear with YouTube, particularly anything that I've done that has been allowable, that there'll possibly come a time where they might make a change where what I'm doing today is no longer permissible and they'll go retroactive. That is a concern. It's probably a concern for many people. Like, it's okay today, but tomorrow may not be. So we run the risk of anything happening. I'm just doing the best I can today, and we'll make adjustments as I go. But I appreciate your care and concern. Thank you. I know sometimes it's like a fear of like, they said, I heard, like this will happen. You know, I gotta roll with what I know and learning every day. I'm gonna do the best I can. And if I didn't do something wasn't supposed to, and you know, I won't even finish that sentence, but I'm just operating with what I know today. You can get shooting glasses that you can swap other color lenses. They have inserts that you can get prescription glasses and change different colors for different lighting as you need it. If you know of a resource, please, I've been looking every so often. I've been trying to look to see. Some are really costly. So I would love it if you had a suggestion. Keep your finger on the trigger is key. Frank Proctor has a great video on where to put the finger when it's not on the trigger. Number 1. Okay. Here's DJ, safe direction. All are important. I think the last part is overlooked too often. Keep your fingers to yourself. I know, right? Keep your fingers to yourself. Muzzle discipline is the number 1 rule. It's always something. I've been in classes before where they go over the safety rules, and even an instructor has a different opinion than what the class had. So I was just asking. You know, that's so funny. Accessories. What are you talking about? I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. I know. Yeah, exactly. Keep your fingers to yourself. The what is beyond target, I mean. Okay, this is what you're talking about. All are very important, but you're saying beyond the target. And is it a personal opinion on what should be first? Could be, could be. I'm torn between assume it's always loaded so that you don't so you don't put your finger on the trigger, I don't know. So when you're looking, and this might be for another live because we're talking about a lot of different things. I might save it because it's going to take us into a whole nother probably hour if we get into traits of a good instructor. I do a range day at Aries once a month. Third Sunday, 10 to 2. Whew, it's steamy at that time, Mojo. It's steamy. I do love their cover. Their awnings are nice with that foamy stuff that keeps the sun from like baking you. I do like that. I'll have to look into that. The glasses I have are their Ryan Performance Kit. Not cheap, but eyes are eyes. You're so true. That's so true. I know. You see, I just snagged myself. But eyes are your eyes. If you're shooting for years, then well worth it. I've had mine for 10 years. Yes. Rudy Project glasses. And I feel too that as we get older, that they have the ability to kind of change the lenses out depending on the setting. Because some days it's super bright here, and I don't have adequate lenses in my glasses. Over time, I might be hurting my eyes too because I'm trying to look at the target. And I love iron sights. I learned to shoot with iron sights, so now it's trying to train myself to also understand those diagonal red dots. I actually asked Kyle about red dots, red dot class. I just can't, like, my brain is on iron sights, so I just can't. Can't do it. Can't do it, Captain. I just have a hard time with the red dot. Not for the rifle, but for the pistols. I'll work on that. Hunters, HD Gold shooting glasses. They will let you demo them. Oh, there are a lot of events. Personally, I shoot with prescription clear Oakleys. Yes, I have prescription Oakleys too, but they're not sport-like. They're not appropriate for what I'm doing now. And yes, I appreciate that, Joseph. I'm going to investigate that. Yes, make sure you get the optical inserts, as I need prescriptions. They're about $120 to swap, and you still have the colored lenses. That's what I want to do. You got to make an investment. Yes, I date. Every time I say it's like weird things, it just shows my oddness. I did. I forgot the reference, but I know the phrase. Well, I'm probably gonna save this for another live, okay? Because you all have joined me in going down the rabbit hole of a different area. Let me see if there's anything that I wanted to particularly highlight. And I talked about having a good bedside manner, yes. And I'll take that down. It's so funny. Scott Jedlinski is the best pistol red dot instructor. He has a list of endorsed instructors. Oh, see? Joseph, where have you been? Appreciate that. Thank you. Yes. So I appreciate everyone hitting the like button and participating in this conversation about instruction. And what other things? Let me say I didn't share the other thing that I had trouble with or didn't know about when I started learning that I had to relearn, and that was slapping the trigger. And I didn't learn that till well into my journey. Like, you just assume you're hitting the trigger, you're on target, right? Hit it, okay? And you may have perfect aim, shooting it well. But every time you do that, you're resetting, right? You're resetting because you're not letting it rest. You're not listening. Some you can't hear. You just gotta know. I think that comes, that comes with practice, what people talk about. Some don't have the audible sound where you hear it click, where you can shoot again. Or it might be in a really loud setting where you can't hear it, or it's so tender. It's the best word I can use to describe. You don't know. And that is why practice matters. That's why knowing your firearm matters, so that you're not hitting it, taking your finger all the way off the trigger. And that's what I was working on with the student a couple weeks ago. She was taking her finger all the way off the trigger. And I told her it was quiet so she could hear. She had a CZ 9. Someone help me. 910C. Is that right? And she was hitting it. But once she made that adjustment, she shot better because she wasn't having to reset her aim, reset placement each time. Because she was also going into that little inside the digits as well, which some people do shoot very well with having their firearm, having the trigger in at the line of where your digits meet. And that may be, first learning how to shoot and you just stuck with it. But they say it's supposed to be that padding of your first digit. Okay. That's where it's supposed to be. But some people shoot very well with it in other places. As a rule, it's the padding center of that center. Center of that first digit. This is your digit. That right there. Going back to anatomy. Most safety issues, I think, happen between transitions, like moving weapon, holster, cleaning, etc. So trigger controls and weapon functions should also be a part of instruction. Yes. Yeah, I like doing the, and we didn't do it with them this week. I mean, the last couple of weeks that we had training with them, but working malfunctions. They want to take classes again, so we'll do that next, and putting in a stat cap and letting them kind of work through what that is like. Her firearm a couple times did a stovepipe. So she was clearing that really smoothly, have her finger off the trigger, ejecting the fire, ejecting from the chamber. She did that all very well. So that practice she's familiar with, but doing the malfunctions, like jammed, tap rack, we'll work on the next time. It's like you feel like you want to teach them all things, but it can be still a lot. You want them to absorb things in stages and allow them to practice. Learn the most important things up front, and then reinforce that, and then add more things as you kind of go along. That's the way I do it. Stopping the trigger comes as a skill later. At first, learn the wall. Yes. I didn't learn that until later. But I feel like I wanted to know that sooner. I just feel like I wanted to know sooner in my journey. I think it was a P10C is what they have. I'm pretty sure. A good grip and support hand, but it's just as important. Good grip and support. Yeah, both. Yeah, and how you hold it. Still, people hold it very poorly, and then their thumbs too are on weird placements. They're like intertwined with one another. Yeah, malfunction training is great to teach. Yes. You got to know the manual of arms for everything you fire. If you know, you know. If you don't, well, yes. I'm gonna ask you, DJ, to not use text jargon. Someone else said something else that I picked up on. IRL. Okay. It takes me an extra second to say, okay, what do you say? My brain is old. Okay. I'm older than I appear. Hi, Reloading for the Hot Pot. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. We're just about to wrap it up. Oh boy, using all this terminology. Yes. Yes, G-Webs. How do you know that? And I don't know that. It took me a second. It's funny. Right? Am I alone? Am I alone in this? That's why I'm trying to learn how to correct my penmanship. Not just text, like a print, cursive, not just cursive, but regular print writing. It's bad. It's very, very bad. I told you all that last week. I meant to show you. Let me see if I can. Let me show you. Is it here? Wait, don't leave. Don't leave. There we go. So I literally bought a cursive handwriting book for adults because I'm like, I feel ashamed. I really feel ashamed at my skills, and I'm not gonna say like that any longer. This is talk about relearning how to cursive write. It's like I used to do calligraphy. Like, what happened? Computers happened to our benefit, but computers happened. Dustin Solomon's book, Developing Shooters, was a good read. Adult learning is an art form and harder than teaching children. I know, like this book right here says for adults. They have one for teens, one for like kids, but why is it just for adults? You would think it's just been one cursive book, but no, we learn differently as adults. Oh my goodness. It's very true. I try to get as much support on weapon as I can, then trigger can be faster, pulled in rhythm. Yes. They say that speed will come. Don't try to force it. Don't focus on speed. It really is. What are you laughing about? What did I say? My punctuation is flawless. I'll stick with that. Okay. You know, we all have our thing. First shot training, then follow up shot and rhythm to try to keep in an inch, then keep adding time. Ooh, wow. Okay. See, all right. How about a few inches? Is that, how about that? Oh boy. An inch. Oh my goodness, yo, I love it. I love it. Please come back again. Zaner, Blouser. Sorry, I don't know that. Zaner, Blouser. Is that right? Am I saying that correctly? Sorry. I write so much at work for orders. I have to think about cursive writing now. It's something, reloading. It's something. I was just trying to write my name in cursive. My name that I've had forever, always. And it looks atrocious. Because even when we sign our name, we want it illegible, right? That's even bad. I just scribble. It's like no one's gonna know my name. No one's gonna be able to recreate that. That's what happens. I will use 4 for the 2, 4, 2, or 2. Oh. G23. No. Don't be like these young Gen Z people. Don't do it. It will slowly, just the bottom will fall out. I will use tomorrow and put TMRW. I will do that. But I know how to spell tomorrow. But then I'm like, wait, those are 2 M's or the 2 R's, 1 R, you know, it's a bottomless pit. I know it's 1 M, okay? It's 1 M. Yeah, shorthand, I know, but as long as you know the right way when you need to use it. Yes. The sad part is a younger generation, they're not learning cursive at all. Even, I don't even know, signing their name, it's kind of like print signing, you know, they just attach at the bottom their name, each letter, from what I've seen. My autograph is nasty. I know mine's whew. You can kind of make out my first initial, but kind of. Oh, look at you, DJ. Listen, DJ, we don't need you dropping facts, okay, like that. I can barely pronounce Xander Blouser. Am I saying that even correctly? Yes, you have to sign your name like you do have the sign name like a doctor. I'm been conditioned to make sure that you have it where no one can recreate it. Back in the day, we talked about this, when you write checks, you know, if someone got a hold of your check, they want to be able to, we don't really, you know, we just sign our name for documents now. We don't really have it out for like the public per se. We don't need it. It's a thing though. It's a thing with me. I'm happy if from the low ready shooting 3 to 8 rounds in 3 to 8 seconds at 3 to 8 yards at a 3 to 8 in circle. Look at you, Joseph. So 3 rounds in 8 seconds. Whew. Yes. 3 rounds in 8 seconds at 3 yards to an 8-inch circle is just fine to start. That's a lot, Joseph. We talked last week. Were you here? We talked, was it last week or the week before, we were talking about range drills. I'm not sure we covered this one. Something quite similar. We did the 5x5x5, but this is different. I'm unfamiliar with this one. It's a good one, though. any kind of drills that you can work on to work on precision and getting onto the target right away. Not necessarily shooting right away, but just getting on target right away and transitioning from one target to another. That is what I am focused on practicing, like moving from one target to another quickly. Exactly, Kenny. Were you here this whole time? Kenny loves guns. Were you here this whole time? Him and DJ have to go in the corner and talk about Zaner Blouser from back in the day. It's so funny. I've been doing it for 4 years, not going to change. I hear you. You know, it is what it is. It's all a personal decision, personal choice. If you're satisfied and you operate safely, you're not going to put anyone else in harm's way, it's fine. Do your thing. Can I get one? What are y'all talking about? I live in a yurt. Katie loves guns. I've seen those. Those are pretty cool. I've seen those. That's funny. Oh my goodness. Those are those, correct me if I'm wrong. Those are the little, I'm gonna say huts, but it's a round walled cabin. Is that what it is? Is that right? That's funny. Many legal documents require you to print and then sign your name. There's a reason for that. Yes, Virginia Bushcrafter. Thank you. True. Like, what is your name, ma'am? Oh, yeah. Let me print. Let me type that here. Let me write it in print. Okay, Zaner Blouser. Thank you. I was saying Blouser, wasn't I? Sorry. Yes. It's a hut. Yes, it's like a well, people use those when they go like camping and such. It's another place to stay. I've seen those before. Most of the training and practice is dry fire at home 4 times per week for 5 to 10 minutes, twice per day. Oh, you're very diligent, Joseph. My only live fire is 2 IDPA matches per month, which isn't really training or practice. 2 IDPAs per month? I will be so proud of myself if I can get to a place where I can do matches on a continuous basis like that. I love it. You could be a closet hippie. Oh boy. You know, I think in another life I was a hippie. Yeah, transitioning with eyes and learning that hand auto points, then just fine aim is needed. Yes, thank you, Yule. I love it. You all are awesome. You all are awesome. I appreciate you all joining, popping in. Wasn't sure. I feel like the summertime people are busy and they're on trips, they're taking vacation. And so it's hit or miss who might pop in. But I appreciate all you all joining with me. What else are you talking about? Do matches 3 or 4 times a month. Still kind of, it's okay. I'm sure you're better than most. Definitely better than me. I love it. Matches for me are verification. My dry fire program is actually working. Muscles don't have memory, but eyes and nerves do. Look at you. So I know, but I've heard people say it's not muscle memory. Don't say that. It's not really, but our eyes and nerves, well, our eyes have muscle, right? So it could be muscle memory of our eyes and, the repetition that our bodies go through, that movement. Yes, that all plays a part. Uh-oh. And wear Birkenstocks. I don't know if I could ever wear Birkenstocks. I would definitely, I feel like I'm a hippie at heart, but I don't know. It reminded me of my 7th grade teacher. And she was very hippie-ish. That's very funny. Birkenstocks. Birkenstocks. Anyone have anything else to share? What's going on for next week? It is the last Sunday of the month. It is the last day of the month, right? The 30th? Yes. And then it's going to be July 4th weekend. So I will be going live next week, next Sunday. As I get into July, it's going to be a little bit sketchy. Okay. I got some travel coming up, and I may go live from another place. Probably two out of the lives next month. Probably. I got to think about that. But you'll see me. I'll see you. I'll see you. You'll see me. G-Webs. The next event is I will be representing Gun Owners of America, Empowered 2A, at the NAGA event. That is at the end of July. So if anyone's going to be there, please do come by. Say hello. I'll be manning the booth. And I'm working on a giveaway from the booth as well. So I'm going to see which one of the brands that support the channel will be interested in that. If any of you all out there listening or watching, to do a giveaway at the booth. Like, I like when people do that when I go around, you know, like, we're doing a giveaway of X, but make sure it's something, you know, you do give it away. How many times we fill out the little paper? We're doing a giveaway of a staccato, whatever. And so you put your name and information in there, and then you never hear anything. Like, okay, were you trying to get my information? And then all of a sudden you start getting emails, but no winner to be announced. I don't want to do that. I won't, but I am looking for a sponsor for the booth of that, for that event. So I'll be working on that. And then I have my own event that I'm doing here in Florida, October 19th, Saturday, October 19th. And it'll be a much smaller scale. It's going to be a range day and gun rights advocacy outreach event. And it'll be in Tarpon Springs, Florida. It will be for women only. Okay. Sorry, guys. But that'll probably be a good launch for me. I've wanted to do a She Fires range day here in Florida, and it'll be open to ladies and gentlemen. It'll probably be next year, perhaps. I don't think I can squeeze that one in after this October event, but it'll really help me figure out from a coordination standpoint what would be possible for me to do, because it's something I wanted to do for a long time, and I want it to be something that I do continuously here in Florida. So it'll be open to anyone, everyone of legal age, of legal ability to join me. And so I hope that you'll stay tuned for that as I get closer to those types of activities. So excited about that. So hopefully I answered your question, G-Webs. Yes. Were you going to be there, G-Webs? Yeah, I'll be there through Sunday. So because I'll be there through Sunday, I'm not sure what my live will look like. Okay, but we got plenty of time to kind of plan and work through all that. Yes, got plenty of time to work through that. But if you are going to be at the event, I would love for you to stop by and say hello. Please do. Please do. It's a good thing. Increase the peace. Dr. Andrew Huberman has good info on developing nerves and eyes to perform at a higher level. Next live, talk about flashlights. Okay, Joseph. I don't know if I have enough information to talk about flashlights, but I'm going to make a good old college try. I love it. You got it. You got it. Let's do that. Because I know I kind of talked about it at the top of the live, and yeah, I think that's a good topic. Some people can't have like a firearm or some other self-defense tools, but it'd be good to talk about some flashlights that would help for everyday use. And then also, you know, those things can blind someone's eyeballs, right? So that will be good to talk about. I love it. Thank you, Joseph. Yes, July 25th through the 28th is when the event will be held in Dallas, Texas. I don't remember the range details, but there's a bunch of different events that they're hosting there. I'm excited about participating. I was there last year just as an attendee. It was their first inaugural event, the NAGA, National African American Gun Association. So this one's kind of similar. Lots of vendors, brands coming out. So there'll be exhibitors there, and they'll have a range day. They're actually doing like a rodeo too, like in the outskirts of Dallas. I'm not sure where that is. They're like a little ball, so I'm gonna be dressed up. Watch out for those pictures. Yeah, so it should be a good time, and I'll be there manning a booth. Last year, I was just kind of roaming around and mixing and mingling with people and learning. They have breakout sessions. I think they're doing like on ham radio, stop the bleed, like different things that we that are of interest to our community. They'll have breakout sessions on different things, different topics, just as they did last year. Kind of want to go, but the cost to get to Dallas is not trivial. I know you're coming from, yeah, I don't know. And because I'm going under the cover. Because it's a GOA event, I don't know what the actual costs are off the top of my head, but happy to give you like ballpark of what it is. G-Webs if you need it. Okay. Yes. I'd be happy to. Or holster. So maybe we can break down, appreciate that, Yul. Maybe future lives going through the different important parts of what you need for, carrying different types of tools. Holsters might be a good one because when you get into the holsters, you just buy all kinds, inside, outside, leather, Kydex, hybrids, ones with the lights, without the lights, optic, all shapes and sizes. And they say that you'll just have a box full of holsters, and that is a true statement. I'm happy to pull out my box of holsters and show you. I think I can show that on YouTube, the different ones that I have, and we can kind of talk about it because there's a lot of them out there. Some that just cover the trigger, some that just cover the barrel. Yes. So G23, we're going to go ahead and skip that question. That's a good question, though. I don't know the answer to that. I don't know. That actually might be something that I'm going to have to ask our group about. It's valid. It's very valid. June is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. Thank you, G23, for mentioning that. Yes. I know that Brooke does the Saturday suicide prevention talks each Saturday. I forgot what time that is. If DJ, I think you're a moderator for her. If you can share that, I think that will be good to promote. Yes, happy to share that. I'm also an advocate for domestic violence awareness, and that is in the month of October, which does coincide with my October event that I'm having. That was no coincidence. So there's certain causes that are really close to my heart. That is mine. Yes. So thank you for bringing that up. Please do. I think, yes, DJ, thank you. You dropped something else earlier too. Please feel free to reshare that. That other telephone number that you shared up above. So popping that up for everyone. Should have done more of that this month. So I apologize for that. I'll do better in future lives, but yes, you do not have to be alone. I know I've even, as a woman, have had dark days too. So everyone's journey is different, and it's important to acknowledge these types of months specifically, where we can. So if I can help in any way, please do reach out to me. I'm happy to lend an ear, okay? Or be a resource to you if I can. Kenny, let's go, trying to be inclusive. A light is need. Yes. When I first kind of gotten started with, yeah, I got you, Yul. I reached out to Works holsters. They have light bearing holsters. Some people don't like lights on their firearm, or don't like them on all of their firearm. I think there's a case to have it on at least one. I mean, you're moving in the dark. What if you EDC, and you're going out for the evening? You know, do you have a laser on there? Do you have, what do you have? You don't have any light? That's why I reached out to Work specifically, because I have my Sig Sauer P365, my little guy, and they sent one to the channel, sent one for me to use that has a light for my TLR7A. I think that's what I have for my Sig, because I wanted to, when I'm moving about, you know, I can have it off if I want during the day and have a different holster. But at nighttime, if I want to, you know, carry it and have a light on it, and I wanted to have that capability. Because again, my eyes are not getting better, right? Unless I get LASIK, which is on my list. I don't know. So definitely, some people are opposed to it, but I'm an advocate for the lights. Thank you for sharing that. Yes, Brooke Cheney, she does her a great shooting school channel where she talks about suicide prevention on her channel. YouTube snags everything. I'm gonna have to rephrase that going forward, but she does talk about those types of topics. So check her out if that is something that is of interest to you. Thank you for dropping that. 9 Eastern. I always miss it. I always miss it too. That's the one, DJ. Thank you for that. Yes. So I appreciate you all for joining me. Thank you. Went a little bit over. So we try to keep it to like an hour and a half, something like that. But definitely, if you all have things to share, I want to make sure I don't stop the party. But I don't want to overstay my welcome either. So try to balance that out. Next week, we'll talk about some type of accessory. If y'all are good with lights and lasers, maybe lights and lasers. I see a comment on there about that. Handheld flashlight. Most people don't train properly with a weapon mounted light and will point it at someone trying to figure out friend or foe. True. I feel like that's something that you have to factor in to have it, but there's value in having that, you know. But we'll talk about that, right? We'll talk about that, G23. Let's not go there today. I like a laser myself, and it helps me with translation or transition. I got you, Yule. I never carried a weapon mounted light. First employer didn't allow it, but I always carried 2 handheld flashlights at work. Now just one and only stream lights. I guess 2 you can have, like, do freehand, but I want my, like, if you have a firearm in one hand and then you have a light in another, like, I would want to possibly have my hand free or have a different type of tool in my hand versus a light. I don't know. I never thought that far about it. That's it's a good conversation to have. Thank you for that. See, I love it. Well, on that note, we might say, this is what I had for a future live. What I pulled up before, what we're going to talk about are good instructor traits. So I'm going to save that for a future live. Don't spill your beans just yet. Hold it for that conversation. And if you see that that ticker going at the bottom, my instructor needs to, when you're looking for an instructor, my instructor needs to what? What do they need for you to select them? Like, what are you looking for? So we're not going to talk about it now. Okay, let's save it, hold it for a future live, because I think that's a good conversation. Especially there are a lot of folks who are kind of new, beginners, and they want to find a good instructor, or they've just been practicing and doing their own thing, and now they're like, okay, fine, I'll pick an instructor. Like, how do you know who to pick? How do you know? Right? So let me say, oh, DJ, thank you for sharing that. Yes. Until next time, I hope that you all have a great week ahead. I will see you next Sunday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you haven't hit the like button before you leave, please do. Please. You know how hard it is out here in these streets, these YouTube streets. And I appreciate you being here with me. I will see you next week. Check out my videos that I'll release throughout the week. And I look forward to engaging with you through the comments. Okay? And be safe out there.
Is that it?
Yep, that's it.
It's that simple?
Yep. It's that simple.